Let me get started now. My camera right here. Yeah. So, Namdi, what are you doing here? So my camera is off limits to me. So Namdi, what are you doing here? So this is my camera here. This is my camera here. Yeah. My camera's still here. Yeah. So is it malfunctioning? No. Yeah. So 1 second, guys. Let me just. Okay, so we're back. We're back. So today's video is on walkie-talkies, like my OBS radio system. So specification, we have no specification yet. We're just working on it. Session continuity for radio system, for the radio systems. So let me get the video up and we can continue. Yeah. So this is a simple guide to how to use a walkie-talkie or two-way radio. I can't subscribe to anything there. Let's watch it. So how to use a walkie-talkie. On. Okay. So that was beautiful and well done. You know, so first things first. Um, take the radio, hold the radio, turn it on. But this is a security thing, so you can understand it's emergency. You're gonna have the radio. So the radio is basically have a official YouTube channel here for the system. And it's basically the system. This is the easiest way to use radio, but the system is a walkie-talkie. So you have a walkie-talkie, but I'm bringing the station. So before the stations, everything has to be grounded in the walkie-talkie. So what do I mean by that? So basically, you're gonna have the radio, you're gonna turn it on by the volume button. If the room is zero, it goes off. That's fact. That's one thing. That's one component. Work. Turn it on for the then you have the other side, AM or FM. Now, AM is modulation, um, amplitude modification, and you can FM, which is frequency modulation. Yeah, AM and PM. So after maybe one word AM and PM, because the kind of an AM, PM, AM. So my one is gonna be frequency modulation. You're gonna have a frequency modulation. You're gonna have FM. You're gonna have FM, AM. For FM in the morning, you're gonna have FM, AF. So you're gonna have two. So you're gonna have frequency modulation, AM, amplitude AM. You're gonna have amplitude modulation. We're gonna have morning time. So basically, my constitution is 0 to 6. You have 12 hours a day, 6 hours is a half day. So, not 24 o'clock, so this is a standard system. I'm standardized. This is standard system for this is date and time. So 12 hours a day. So you can work a day because 12 hours is when the sun, the moon comes in. And that's what I'm saying. The moon comes in 12 hours because Earth rotates depends on axis. But this is time that's trident. So you can have, to put it in 12 divided by 3 is 4. So you get 4 hours uh 4 hours per two tridents, which is morning, evening, and afternoon. But this is security measures too, because I'm building a system for quantum radio system to be secure and sound. So the proof is basically on three things: completeness, correctness, and soundness. So you have completeness, correctness, and soundness, which gives you zero knowledge proof. So because of how you can securely be all the channel, basically I'm building quantum systems for military innovations, quantum systems for military, quantum military, quantum systems for military innovations. But that's really what Quick is gonna have. So I'm a person who's exit today, exit. So this is basically for sustainable infrastructure. So you don't have to get the army involved. No bureaucracy, no just get the army. So the goals to have the system trident, so morning, evening, and night often, and they rotate over morning. So you can have two blocks. You can have amplitude modulation and frequency modulation, but they work on two types of. So if the amplitude two ways communication, you can have amplitude communication. You're gonna have amplitude modulation, AM frequency, and gonna have motion goes up and down, up and down, up and down, amplitude, and the amplitude modulation based on amplitude frequency. And you're gonna have you're gonna have the same electromagnetic spectrum for amplitude modulation, which is FM frequency modulation. So you're using up and down, your frequencies, which you want compact areas of size, based on the frequency of the radio signal. So anything can be in that sound waves, but that's to modulate via digital. So you're gonna have this converted to digital too, but you're gonna work with digital waves too. But digital waves is gonna be a system of So think about what I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. So the push to talk system is non-negotiable. That has to be always be there forever. So the AM frequency, the standard one that I don't have yet, is gonna be standardized later via specification. But this has to be standardized the components I'm saying. So the radio, so if I have radio, I turn it on, I turn the volume up to 9. Not 10. If I do this from 9 is so it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. And you have 10, which is a station. So 10 would be a station. Station. So you're gonna go to the station because you're gonna have a duality on by 10 actually. So you have 9. No, I have 9. So you have number 0 to 9. No 10. No 10 involved for now. No 10 because 10 is not involved. So you gotta have 0 to 9 for the loudest speakers. But this is the volume, the channel. So you're gonna have 9 channels. No 10 because you have 9 channels. But not because you don't have frequency to the channel. Basically, you're gonna have a volume max of 9. That's the policy there. Real policy for now. For the stability of the specification for V1. Version 1. So V1 you have 0 to 9 and that'll be stable to 2. So 0, 1, 2, 3 with volume equals the channel. And you get the AFM system. So because to have the system have a volume of 9 because what reason? Because 9 is frequency basically something to do with the frequency of the channels. Something to do with the AM. So basically 9 is it's 9 ATM, but you're gonna have them reach because I want to make a station 10, but the station is 10. So you have station 1. So basically you have alpha-numerical indexing. So there's some reason I had it for 9 for because you gotta have alpha-numerical indexing station. So you're gonna have hexadecimal because the I really got the first video I really down, but you're gonna have the specification of station. So let's do the stations now. So the station has AF for now. I'm just gonna do a problem now if you don't do that. But so you get AF, you get AM, you're gonna have EM in the morning and AM. So the wave dissipates, which you can get more. So the region cannot be intercepted or jammed because mine is meant to hold space and time, AV for dimension. So the more information, the more basically local minimum, local maximum. So the goal is to have the system take care of itself literally by by average measure. So it's gonna jam. So it's an anti-jam system. It's gonna be basically as waves, but they're capturing noise. So basically, this is what I'm saying. There's noise in signal. And the noise in signal is literally there's information in noise. So I'm going to cut the information from noise, and that will basically be on Trident day. So the morning on the what I call the Trident AM, PM, AM, morning, afternoon, and evening, work because they are zero. They are hexadecimal indexing. Then we have 0 to 9 and A to F, and they map to you as decimal bits, but you're gonna have them as channels, channel stations. So you're gonna have some kind of a rotation. I'm trying to do it on my system, but because to have the system push to torque, because it's immersive innovation. So you only say you security as because you gotta have system that can be judged. So it's complete. So if you can have a message that's sent people trying to transport, people trying to hijack it, you're trying to hijack some good information. You get the system, get them giving hijack. If you're tapping into the tapping, trying to get the frequency, basically, basically you have a radio system here on the TV channel. But if you're trying to set up a radio system, if you want to measure, get observe the frequency of the measurement wavelength, you're gonna have a problem, because your system is tuned to that system. You're using the system to tune in. So the tap-in tuning system. So if you want to tune something, you want to tune it for signal. But this was listening to signal to see what you're seeing too. So basically, that's how the tap-in works. Because the tap-in is organized to jam to be anti-jam. So you're trying to clear out frequencies of a radio system. So if you're tuning from tuning this telly here, if I'm tuning this telly here, guys, if I'm tuning this telly in the ward here, and I'm literally tuning it to get it not jam, like to get it to the jam. I turn it on, for example. So see, it's turning on. So you see, basically, the TV is gonna turn on, or it's gonna operate on a broadcast frequency, But if I'm measuring the wave, so it's not just a stupid thing to say, but I'm really going to formalize it. Yeah. So I'm turning this radio TV on for now, but the TV has to be set up, and that setup needs a satellite, and that's this thing has to pick up signals from a system of radio waves of electromagnetic spectrum to be in a channel. This is one with sound waves or sonar or LiDAR, but this TV has radio. So if you want to this use all new radio waves, and that's set up. So the satellite is basically a key component of a broadcast system, but key component to receiver. So basically, the satellite is a broadcast receiver, Namdi. So you're trying to have a system that fundamentally measures channels. Basically, your anti-jam system works on the principle of literally having a broadcast. So if you set up a radio system, if you reset the radio system into system, they are and you have to reset the communication as well, because the protocols are alphanumeric. So the FM is working the night and day, kind of the magnetic aspect of the so the how that's what so the electromagnetic convection has to work night and day because the poles shift night and day. Thank you, Nandini. So, I hope I make this sense to myself now, but if I fuck this up, I fuck up my own security I can't trust myself because I made something stupid, because I don't remember how to make a radio system. But it's not harder to do if you're doing it so long now. You know what I'm saying? So you get your TV here, in the board. So you see, the goal is to have. Let me take this off, guys. 1 second. So 1 second. So goal is to have this TV. So this is basically a system of the channels are put to we have the channels operate electronically, and the system of build the trident of build modulation. So that's the can be jacked, that's the cannot be jacked. So if you have an AM frequency, anything that can be classified as AM, amplitude modulation, can be a signal, but the modulation has to be the one used effing. So the effing so if you say listen the effing charge result for the day night window modulation in time, in space and time. In space basically the trident of time, which you don't want them to take the time to hack you. So you want them to you want to put the time. So you obviously you put the time as frequency by using the two hands. So trying to pulse, you have to make the pulse, the electron in the pulse, obviously. So the results after is the all the M M M MP waves, no, electron. So you have FM waves, FM waves. So frequency, no, the frequency modulation, which is where, or not the AM, which is not the amplitude. The more you configure the system, the more waves you get. And you can get signal from noise. It reminds me of the phone I used, the kind of phone I used. I turned the light, I turned it on, I was getting some signal because there's a pulse. And that pulse had a meaning. So this is you're gonna have so now how does this work in practice? In practice, imagine your phone call event. So you turn on your phone You turn the phone to Bluetooth box, and you turn it off and you turn it back on, and you hear a pulse, boom. But you because you turn it to a quick succession, what I call quick succession, you're gonna have a pulse, and that pulse is gonna send more waves because you got electrical signal going through the wire line. So that's what's happening. So now you can get now if someone comes from this area, you can track the flow waves to their call. And you can hear the call. You can be a third listener of their call, which is why they get jammed. So you can't get jammed from that basically. So you're gonna you're gonna reserve the sound. So reserve the sound. So now let me play the TV. Now let's see what happens. So if I turn this TV. Basically, there's nothing listening to here unless it's so if someone's tapping into certain security of the system, it's gonna be problematic for you now because you're gonna see everything you see on the channel. Doesn't matter if it's smart TV or not. Based on the frequency what you're seeing. So this is I don't know what this frequency are. This is the way to check the frequency. There's a way to check the frequency. There's a way to so let me just put it here. So there's a way to check the frequency here. Yeah, so this is basically what I'm going to say. So let me read this thing here. Let me read this thing here. So, so basically it's muted now, so you couldn't hear give you a couple of tracks. So, so I get going through this. So I'm even down because I don't remember how I did it. So, for example, you get this TV here, this one, but this is one channel here. This be radio X. Put in your yeah, I'm going to have some separated FM from AM because there are two different ways of using the system, radio system. And why we get jammed, hypothesis, Namdi, is they are getting jammed because they're not respecting one, the polar shift, the day-night spectrum, because of the sun rises west, rising east and west. It's gonna use the curvature of the earth the polar shift, the curvature of the Earth, one aspect of the electromagnetic pulse, to make the radio secure, so they cannot actually by measuring, taking a signal or tuning in on the signal of the two. Two, hypothesis two, using no, using a broadcast channel because the more information you get from a signal, the more something becomes coherent. And that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to get the frequency. Because you can have, but because the focus of waves, it's a wave, it's a really a wave. So you can use a polar, which the pulse has to reserve the state. So, secondly, so what is so the last thing was simply you press and hold. Pressing and hold is one of the most important things, but it's part of the system. So you understand if you press and hold the system, the message has to be as long as the path, unless you're giving out some signal information, because you need to be modular and everything. So the reason can be so you can have two regions away, and you can give a separation. You can have a localized satellite, but say you have 20 satellites at 20 kilometers from center, and then you get something at two satellites at two radius at minus 10, and minus 10, 10, and 10 minus 10. I mean, minus 10 x minus 10y and 10x 10y, 10y. So the signature here is the satellite that's the broadcast from 2020, no, from 020 up north, facing to the signal. So the 10, so the satellites so you can have more satellites, I've got them. But the goal is to have this appear as a web. So if you broadcast them or receiving broadcasts, you're having a satellite. So you can have this if you're broadcasting, you have a transmitter. But transmitter is basically a radio broadcast. We can have a satellite communication or GPS. So the transmission works on the global position system of the X magnetic pole. Which is basically latitudinal, longitudinal. First, before it gets amplitude. So the frequencies are FM, AM modulation, local system, amplitude modulation, and frequency modulation. Thinking and information. So I'm going to use alphanumeric indexing to do this. So it has to be there has to be a separation of concern based on the hypothesis. So go to write this down, but I have written it down for so long. So that's the system. But I was aware of the decay. You want the signal to decay. You don't want this. So you want the signal to decay before it hits any ramp. So you want the signal to decay. So you got your quantum signal decay. So the signal to decay before it has hits a quantum node. I mean, no. A node that can be from observer, a third party node or observer node, something can be observable. And let's have a perfect. So this is really perfect. That's a complete first. By complete I mean they have to be not jammed, not jammed. So you have correctness proof, you have a completeness proof, and you have so you have correctness, system correct, you have correctness, system correctness, you don't have completeness, correctness means that system based its own logic, it's correct, it can validate itself. And you get completeness, you got completeness, which means the system is a whole, it's a whole, it's complete, it can function autonomously as a system, I forgot it's all mathematical terms, but you get zero knowledge, you get zero knowledge proof for the relation. So I say something, you can give that something, continue communication back and forth without anyone interfering. It's a zero knowledge proof. So you get soundness, which means you can't fool me. You can't fool me, which is the anti-jam protocol involved. So you get soundness, zero knowledge, completeness and correctness. Someone get me wrong for glass or wrong. So let's see the video one more time. Okay, let's see this video one more time. So basically, you have to be here to hear click sound, two distinct click sounds for on and off. That's very possible now. So that's be done because it's a new release I'm working on. Version. Think about it as you go and try and so basically, you get PTT, you get push it up, get push it up. But the same thing. It's just that they won't be want. I want to say something. Press the talk means like can mean press button to leave the talk. But this is basically for security. You have to push the talk. So you have to push talk. You have to push it. Means you have to hold it. That's very possible. So that's good. This probably can be prevented for people if they don't know what I'm talking about. Because I'm not crazy now. When you get into a fight, you understand what I'm saying. Think about thinking is very important because the buffer, right? Basically, thinking is there because of buffer. Once you place it, once you're doing really sick. So this is the thing you need to think we're gonna do before you do it. So yes, the charger has to be better. You're gonna have charge batteries not very important. So you're gonna have swappable batteries, but you're gonna have like a solar powered batteries. We're gonna have solar powered batteries. So you start gonna power some. You're gonna have packs as well. So you're gonna have battery packs, two battery packs for one radio system. Because human rights, guys, human rights, and you're gonna have no, let's say three back-to-backs, for morning, day, and evening. For one radio. Again, I have as well policy. Then I have a stereo back, which is basically to charge the radio system or the station. Then I have four no, six, no, six. You're gonna have for one system, you're gonna have three battery packs. Now, you're gonna have four charging docks. Four charging docks. full charging nuts for human rights, you know. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe. So, you know, I have to get more into my video first, but, you know, that's what I'm saying. This should work as intended, guys. You know?